What's happening, people? We're back in the van, and it's a bit dark in here. It's also very hot, but stick with us, this one's going to be sick.
I want to put a window in here, one behind it, a big one in the tailgate. It'd be nice if they did a super long pane here, but I'd have to put another quarter one and something special in front. Let's go. So I jumped onto Transporter HQ, where I copped some of the finest camper glass. Properly packed and all. It's always a worry, especially the way I see some delivery drivers handle the packages. What a relief. Zosha took the time to show you her bumhole. It's Cat forever getting involved. I love her. So what we got? Tailgate, left quarter, right quarter, sliding door, and safari style. Can't forget the fitting kit. We're good to go. On a roasting day, it's time to get stuck in. No loafing. Light work? I'm not so sure. The van was already like an oven inside, but that ain't gonna stop me.
To start, we need to get this piece of the structure out, because we're going to be cutting all around on the outside. The thickness of this will be too difficult to cut through, and the way I've got it planned out means that it's not going to work anyway. I won't need to do it on this one because it's going to be a blackout window, but I still need to do it on this one and obviously on the sliding door.
Foreman Overwatch.
So I'm just going to go from there to there, there to there.
I guess this piece is here to stop that large panel flexing. Taking no chances again with the interior. It's time for a cover up. Straight to it. I've got no qualms cutting on this van now. It's just a quick buzz anyway. A small tussle with the adhesive, and that piece is well out of there.
That was pretty straightforward. No complaints here. Obviously the edge is rough, but I'll tidy that up once this piece is out.
With the inside done, let's head outside for some prep. To save on some cleanup, I'm going to mask the bottom of the van. I don't want flakes of metal getting stuck to the paint and eventually leaving spots of rust everywhere. Then it was time to use this savage looking hole saw. If there's a next time, I'll make sure to wear gloves and a long sleeve shirt. Hot metal filings ain't the one. Let's bore through. It also helps to have a decent charge in your drill. I just need to do that 3 more times for this window.
Well, there's no going back now. Nice, nice, and that is why we cover the van.
This is what it looks like from outside.
There we go, that one.
Time to play a very simple game of join the dots. Ah, the state of it. I couldn't be bothered to go and fetch the pen, so I used masking tape as my guide. Then hopefully cut on this edge and remove. Simple. Now where's that angle grinder? On second thought, I think I had enough fun with that cutting the roof off. So I'm going to use these left cut aviation snips. This will allow me to cut a neat line whilst the waste metal that gets bent will be on the left side. I'll have to cut anti-clockwise. It's handy as it won't be noisy and there's far less mess. Now this is the first cut. I don't need to be neat as I'm just trying to remove the bulk of the material. There's quite a bit of tension in this panel, so trying to get the final cut in one go would be a nightmare. I cut bit by bit, then bent the metal in to allow me to continue. Go on, lad. It always looks worse before it gets better, right? Got my frown on, because why not? Now that tension's gone. That chunk of metal can go for scrap.
So that's just a rough cut. I'm going to go a bit further down and get the final crisp cut.
Time to mark the final cut line. I measured this so it'd match the line on the inner skin. Oi, subscribe, yeah? Luckily for me, this masking tape gave the perfect radius for each corner. That's how we do it. Now back in again. with the snips. You can see that waste material bends away and the metal on the right still straight, so that's good. It's different from the usual way, you just got to take your time. So what's next? Remove the tape, obviously. I then took a file to the edges to smooth down any roughness, and then used a deburring tool on the inner edge. After that, I got busy with a clay bar and some IPA cleaner to remove any residue and dust from the panel. Then I got the glass wipe provided in the fitting kit and went over the area. Gotta be thorough. Now it's time for the primer. The bare edges that I cut were covered to prevent any corrosion. Once that glass is in, this is inaccessible. Then I went round the perimeter of the hole where the glass will mount to. You can't miss this step or you'll risk the window falling out. And that wouldn't be ideal. On the glass, the same process applies. Remove any grease or residue with the wipe, and then apply the primer also. Next, I'll lay down a fat bead of adhesive sealant. The nozzle has a handy V-shape cut into it, allowing a tall bead to be extruded out of the tube. Top tip, leave the tube in the sun, it softens it up, making it easier to squeeze out. Let's get the glass. Gareth gave us a hand. Didn't you know he's a trained lifeguard? I ain't heard the end of it, mate, but the glass is on, lined up and taped, just to make sure it doesn't droop.
One down, 4 more to go.
The heat's a killer, but I've got to push on.
What's that blue thing you're using for the viewers at home?
Well, that, my son, is a clay bar. It pulls embedded dirt like tar and brake dust off the paint. Your normal soap wouldn't budge it.
Just making sure it's triple clean.
Knowledge is key.
Cleanliness is next to godliness, right? More IPA cleaner and then wipe. Followed by primer. And on the window,
Put this trim on this bit of glass. This will stop you seeing the silver between the two panes.
Took off.
bit of masking tape as a guide. And then stuck the trim down firmly with a steady hand. Now I can take the tape off and dash it.
Go on,
Snip the ends neatly. We rinse and repeat with the cleaning and priming.
Thinking how we're going to fit it.
On this one, we leave a gap in the sealant at the bottom to allow for expansion between the glass and the bodywork. Miss this step and you might wake up to a bit of broken glass. So that's the second piece going in. Slotting in the trim side first and then easing in the backside flat. It's good progress, isn't it? Sliding door next. The exterior deadlock had to be taken out. I masked the area just in case I slipped with a drill. It was all good though.
Get practice.
About right then.
Then I got a bigger bit on the side part. I also nearly lost my face taking off the ply panel. It's gone though.
One screw.
There should be a Sharpie out there. No, that one's...
Gareth threw up a gang sign whilst giving me the pen. Then more marky and cutty and remove. Banging out them holes. The hole left from the lock, I'll cover up temporarily to stop any water getting in. That's the old thing.
You're always doing the same thing.
Shake and bake.
Love the crocs as well.
Yeah, bro.
Shades needed as the brightness was messing with my mind. It's quite repetitive, but it became easier the more times I did it. Sweaty work. Oh, I'm happy with that. At the risk of boring you to death, the remaining windows were more of the same, making sure I was thorough in each step. Busy weekend, as I also had to film my pal's Mark 1 Ford Fiesta. Old Ford fans, check the link top right, yeah? The tailgate glass was daunting, as it's quite a large piece and quite curved. However, we got this far. It ain't a worry for me. I'd say if you're on the fence about it, give it a go. And if all else fails, you'll have some nice window-shaped air vents in your van. Well needed in this current climate, I tell ya. After the adhesive went off, it was time to remove the tape. Due to the heat, there was a fair bit of residue left over, but a bit of brake cleaner got rid of it easy. So let's see how it looks. It looks less commercial, don't you think? A nice tint keeps things low key and hopefully low temperature too. That safari window, a worthy addition. Oh, I can't wait to use this. Let's take a peep. Let's take a little look inside. Oh, look at that. So we've got the safari window. Obviously here, there's nothing because that's a blackout window. We've got the rear tailgate glass. Rear quarter. And we've got the sliding door as well. Spot on that. Check out this one for the little gimmick. Oh yeah. Check that out. Zosha, what do you reckon? Yeah, she digs it. Overall, I'm dead chuffed with these windows. I've got more in store, namely these seats. I've got a bit of insulation to do, flooring and all sorts. So make sure you tune in for the next one. Alright? Bless up.